Good morning. I'm delighted to have you join me today. I hope everyone is doing well. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you. If you are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Additionally, for classical music enthusiasts, we host a fun live stream every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We welcome everyone to join us. I was watching my friend Scott Wilson's video on the pressing matters about an exceptional record. Scott is also the co-host of our live stream. I thought it would be enjoyable to create a series featuring my absolute favorites from the Audiophilia Dream List. For episode 3, something different and maybe quite surprising for some viewers. With a life in classical music almost 24 hours a day, with enough repertoire and challenges to keep me busy for 2 lifetimes, I have not listened to a lot of pop music. Beatles, yes, and many others who cross between rock and jazz, incredible musicians like Stevie Wonder, Michael Franks, and groups like Steely Dan. But straight-ahead pop music, nothing much other than the Beatles. So, how did the masterpiece of progressive rock, Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon, manage to secure its place not only on the Audiophilia Dream List, but also in the esteemed position of being included in the Best of the Best series? While this question may pose a challenge for some, I believe that any professionally trained musician with an open mind would readily comprehend its inclusion. But for millions of Pink Floyd fans, this understanding is absolute. This ultimate concept album was released on March 1st, 1973 on Harvest Records in the UK and Capitol Records in the US. We'll talk about the musical qualities in a moment, but first, the pressings. As the Dream List is all about getting the best pressings for a dreamless experience, the pressing for The Dark Side of the Moon is very, very important. There are so many subtle and vibrant instrumental and vocal cues, let alone ultimate dynamics and ingenious sound effects for a complete experience, that pressings that gloss over these important musical techniques really dilute the experience. Now, there are Pink Floyd scholars on YouTube and in print who have forgotten more about the lads than I'll ever know. So take my views before you seek out the now expensive pressings with a grain of salt. Stream it first. If you like it, you can buy it. But I'm hoping those folks who do not know it experience the same feelings as I have over the past year. As FOMO and the pandemic raged, I was introduced to a lot of new pop music by my nephew, who is also a used record dealer. He'd kindly bring me stacks of records of all types with different pressing lineages to audition, then hopefully like, and most importantly buy. I liked and bought a lot, and the audition experience, researching and seeking out the best pressings with a close family member, was a constant pleasure. So records like Aqualung, This Was, Tommy, Who's Next, and Tony Joe White's Homemade Ice Cream, including others by Pink Floyd, quickly became part of my growing collection. I loved the bluesy energy, the creativity, and the early 70s recording philosophy. But nothing since the Beatles, and if truth be told surpassing them, hit me as hard emotionally, conceptually, and musically as Pink Floyd records. I purchased Metal in an excellent original French pressing, Wish You Were Here, a quite good original Greek pressing, Animals in the outstanding 2018 Bernie Grundman remaster from Digital, and eons ahead of the Mercury original, and an excellent US pressing of The Wall. All these pressings came recommended, none disappointed for their natural sound, open, beautiful soundstage, superb timbral cues, dynamics, all in the service of Pink Floyd's musical collaboration. But none to me more than the masterful The Dark Side of the Moon. My nephew found an original British pressing for me in VG Plus condition. The cover was good at best, in a small used record store in small-town Ontario. He wants $160 for it, Uncle. Okay, offer $140. Sold. My pressing is an A5 B5. Good enough as the 2nd through 4th issues go for very big bucks. In a shootout with my nephew's early German pressing, the British pressing won out slightly. But I'm a huge fan of the band's and engineer Alan Parsons, yes, that Alan Parsons, recording philosophy from, where else, the mega factory Abbey Road. Whether it's helicopters, cash tills, or clocks various, the collaborators mix the effects perfectly. So, why musically do I find The Dark Side of the Moon so profound? I love the concept and the execution. And I think the recording is one of the very best from Abbey Road. It's not even the melodies, which are kind of, let's say, idiosyncratic and serve the concept more than the effort to produce a great tune. For me, it's the harmonic progression and sophisticated voicings that get me every time. Also the variety. From Breathe to Money to The Great Gig in the Sky, every song and form is different. I have a real fondness for side 1, but side 2 is no slouch either. And rhythmically, it's sophisticated too. For example, I love the 7/4 of Money and Roger Waters' bass line. But it's the helicopter crescendo into the opening Breathe and the chord progressions and changes that I find most inspirational. Simple, or so it seems, gentle shifting between E minor and A, repeated several times, then a gorgeous change to C major 7 with a G, followed by B minor, F, and G. Absolutely inspired, absolutely beautiful. Also made more interesting through different versions in David Gilmour's Hawaiian guitar. This level of musical inspiration continues throughout both sides, but elevated by the most incredible sound effects, placed perfectly. For example, Clocks, all recorded separately by Alan Parsons, is a perfect case in point. As for the recording, with the melody, harmony, or rhythmic effects, they are all recorded beautifully and placed perfectly in the mix. It's a thrill ride. I wanted to share my newfound appreciation with some heavy classical and jazz people who'd heard as little pop music as me. Sure, they'd heard of it, but did not know it. The result? A little bit lunchbag let down. Appreciation for the creativity, but that was it. I understood, but the album really has had an effect on me. So there you go. Your mileage may vary. However, if you know it and love it, you probably already have the format of your choice. But if you have a good vinyl setup, go for an early British pressing. My A5B5 is superb, and the early German pressing was also wonderful. So that's it. Number 3 in the can. Number 4? Don't know yet. But I'm very glad you joined me today for this interesting and fantastic inclusion on my best of the best vinyl list. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts. I read every comment. And see you in the next video.